What's up YouTube, this is Fate coming to you today with another deck profile, and today we are going to be doing my Twilight Ninja build. A while ago I took a look at some videos online and I saw MCO40's and Galactigod's Twilight challenge with the new BLS. Took some things from both of those deck profiles, playtested them around. I actually liked how I was testing a little bit online, so retooled my ninja build. Took out the rank 5 engine, reworked it to a little bit more of a speedy beatdown pace, and thus we have my brand new Twilight Ninja build born from my earlier Chaos Ninja build. And without further ado, let's get started. Out of the gates, we start off with triple Hanzo. Searches for your super transformation card, and every time you special summon them, he searches out your other ninjas. And for the other ninja that we're playing this time around, triple golden Upstart ninja. Helps with the speed plays. We still play plenty of traps in this build. Helps those early turns speed up combos and loads up the lights and darks in your graveyard. Next up, for a little bit more of a warrior engine, we have double Photon Thrasher. Again, the thing to speed the build up rank 4 wise. Good special summoner, helps light exceed plays, warrior exceed plays, any general exceed plays. Definitely has plenty of use in this build. And one of the things that's been testing out pretty good in this build, I run 2 Gaia the Polar Knight. I don't run the light attribute version of this at all because I already have plenty of light attribute monsters in this build. He gives himself a boost when he removes a light monster from the graveyard until the end of the opponent's turn. Helps out with those warrior plays. And he's a good regulator for light monsters in your graveyard since you do run more light attribute monsters in the deck than dark. And that will become a factor after I show you what's coming up next. For the dragon aspect, I run 1 White Dragon Ninja, helps protect the back row. 1 Dark Horus. Really good setup play, especially turn 1 during your opponent's turn when they try to summon something first. Then when your opponent tries to activate a spell to set up their next play, Dark Horus, special summon Hanzo. Hanzo to the field. Hanzo searches out Golden Upstart Ninja. Really easy +1 with him depending on what build you're playing against. And then to round out the dragons, I run 2 Alexandrite Dragons. Mainly for the super transformation hits against the lower level monsters, so those trap cards aren't dead. And he gets around breakthrough skill Fiendish Chain pretty easily, especially when they're seen on, say, a Thunder King Ryle or something else that's somewhat big. They want to hide behind, and Alexandrite Dragon just puts in its work. Next up, we have 2 effect failures. Gets a little bit more of a use in this build than the last version, and effects are so thin, don't like effects. And for the coup de grace in this build, 1 BLS and 1 BLS. Envoy of the Beginning and Envoy of the Twilight. Definitely has worked out really well in this build. BLS is BLS, so he works out in most Chaos builds. Envoy of the Twilight, though, there's enough control over the graveyard with what you decide to detach from your Exceeds monsters for your ninja combos, as well as the Gaia the Polar Knight regulating your graveyard with the light monsters. He's actually somewhat easy to get out with this build. I don't really use him for his effects at all, mainly for that quick get to the field, 3 grand beat stick to power over any one of their strong monsters, or to make that surprise push for game that your opponent isn't set up to defend against. That is it for the monster count. On to the spells. Very key to set up your early turn plays, so we run triple Pot of Duality, as well as triple Reinforcement of the Army. These 2 combo off. It's very hard not to run into a Ninja Grandmaster Hanzo in your opening hand to start off your combos in place. And for the late game slash setup plays, 1 soul charge, good mass summoner, everybody knows it, it's very good. That is it for the spells, and yep, that's right, surprisingly, there is a build where I did not decide to run Dark Hole or Regeki. This build's more focused on speed. I decided to leave that out, and it has worked great so far. On to the traps. Triple Ninjutsu Art of Super Transformation. Controls your opponent's side of the field. Gets out your bigger dragons. Enough said. 2 safe zones. Helps regulate some pretty crazy plays, especially the lockdown play with White Dragon Ninja. You get Ninjutsu Art of Super Transformation with your Hanzo. Bring out White Dragon Ninja. Equip safe zone to White Dragon Ninja. Pretty much any effects that's target or destruction oriented, White Dragon Ninja can just say no. And then for the other 2 ofs, we run 2 Phoenix Chain. Again, opponent's effects are bad. 2 Deep Prisons. Keep them away from the graveyard. And 2 Call of the Hard. More used for special summoning Hanzo early game and regulating those +1 searches that you get from Hanzo's special summoning. And then for the 1-off traps, 1 Compulse, 1 Bottomless, 1 Torrential Tribute, and 1 Exchange of Night and Day. At first, I was really hesitant about using this card, but then once I saw some of the utility uses of this build card, it definitely helps keep this build a little more balanced. Say you have some bad warriors in your hand, say you have a Gaia the Polar Knight that you don't want to use right away. Use Exchange 9 days effect next turn. Swap that out. Search for a Photon Thrasher. Hanzo, for whatever reason you don't need it, discard it. Search out for a Golden Upstart Ninja. Or for some reason that your graveyard's not set up and you have Twilight stuck in your hand, Exchange of 9 Day, discard it. Bring out your more usable BLS, load up your Dark Monster in your graveyard, have fun. It might be cut in the future to bring a little more MST back row hate into the build, but so far this provides a much needed balance for this build. That is it for the main deck. On to the extra deck. We have a standard rank 4 setup, Heartland Drago, Daigasso Amaral, Ragna Zero, Exton Knight, Silent Anarch, Black Ship of Corn, and Gaga Cowboy. So if I standard rank 4/7 setup, you've seen it a bunch of times already. And then for the extra deck that more utilizes itself with this build, we run 2 Blade Armor Ninja. Plenty of warriors in this build to combo off with this guy. Double attack, and when White Dragon Ninja is on the field with this guy, detach, give White Dragon Ninja 2 attacks. It's a lot of fun doing that to create 1,000 extra more damage. Next we have Excalibur. Double up his attack, run over the opponent's heavier attack monsters that you otherwise normally can't get over. And since you run a very healthy speed light attribute setup, 1 Starleash Paladimo, negate the monster's effects, destroy over for 2,000 damage, plus when he's destroyed, draw a card. And my heart of the cards, Hiro Bujedi Tsukiyomi. Again, I can't preach this guy enough. Sets up surprise plays. Doesn't see as much play with this build, but he has his moments that provides me some game-winning moments when I need it. And then to round out the rank 4 monsters, 1 Maestro Symphony of Jijin. Flip opponent's monsters face down and provides that extra protect where you otherwise don't have it. And since I run 2 effect fillers, I do have a little bit of synchro power. So I run Samsara, Dragon of Rebirth, in case I kill something early game that's your opponent wants from their graveyard. Use Samsara's effect after it's destroyed, steal their monster, or if you have a monster in your graveyard that you want to get back, bring your monster back to the field. And for those attack plays that you don't want to fear your opponent's back road, or Mades. One of the few staples level 5s in today's game, definitely needed in a good chunk of builds today. And with that, that is my Twilight Ninja build. Hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, comment, rate, and subscribe. And until next time.